Hi everyone. In this video, I will talk about Wwise-GME VoIP solution. Wwise-GME is an in-game immersive VoIP solution which you can use to add voice chat into your game. This slides including the following parts: the problems in standalone solution, advantages of Wwise-GME solution. Then I will introduce GME plugin for Wwise and the integration process. Finally, I will play a video to show you the immersive voice experience provided by Wwise-GME solution. Let's start with standalone solution first. Standalone means the voice integration doesn't depend on any sound engines, but just a dedicated SDK. So developers should work with different SDK providers, which actually increases the development time and the development workload. Another issue is the audio quality degradation and the volume drop. There are two types of volume for mobile platforms. One is media type volume, which is used for the audio playback. The other is in-call volume, which is used for the voice communication. In order to do the echo cancellation, the media volume type has to be switched to the in-call volume. So in this case, players can not only notice the volume drop, but also can notice the audio quality degradation. Another thing I would talk about is the voice experience that the standalone solution can provide. Because there are not any design abilities according to the actual game scene, so this solution only can provide the conference call voice experience for players. This is the framework of standalone VoIP solution. It can be seen that the voice integration is an independent process than the other sounds design. There are not any interactions between the voice SDK and the voice sound engine. In order to solve these issues, here comes to the Wwise-GME solution. Compare with the issues of the standalone solution. Here at least some advantages of Wwise-GME solution. Add voice design ability to voice authoring tool. This means the voice streams are fed to the voice audio pipeline, which makes the voice design possible within the voice authoring tool. Meanwhile, voice sending and receiving are done by triggering voice events, which is more straightforward than making API calls of the standalone VoIP solution. Solve the pain points for mobile platform. Unlike standalone solution, the medium volume type does not need to be switched to the in-call volume type because GME can get all the audio output from the system. So GME can do echo cancellation from the software level. All the original game audio effect is still kept while having voice chat with other players. The third one is strong and creative design ability for game voice. Because all voice streams are piped to the voice audio bus, rich audio design and control abilities in voice can also be applied to voice. This will allow players to have voice communications with a more immersive and interesting experience. This is the framework of Wwise-GME. It can be seen that there are a lot of interactions between the voice SDK and the voice sound engine. So all the voice streams can be managed and processed by the tools in voice. Besides all the advantages, you can also add more designs for voice. For example, send ambient sound In your game, you can send the players ambient sound to increase the immersion and interest of the game. You also can apply professional voice design to the voice. For example, the voice reflection, abstraction, and occlusion to create immersive voice experience. So you can have a more realistic voice experience in the game. You also can add creative effects to the voice of a player who just received damage or a special bonus, which can reflect the pain or excitement level of that player. By using Wwise-GME, you also can do the sidechain processing. In order to use Wwise-GME, you should install GME Plug-in from Wwise Launcher. So open your Wwise Launcher and install GME. After doing the installation, GME will be displayed here. Totally, there are 4 plugins implemented. The first one is GME Source plugin. The main function is to record players' voice and pre-process the captured signals. The second is GME Session plugin. The main function is to observe the audio routed to the audio device for echo cancellation and to set server authentication information. The third one is GME Send plugin. The main function is to send local recorded voice to the GME server. The last one is GME Receive plugin. The main function is to receive the voice tracks from the GME server. In order to do the GME integration, there are 2 tasks. The first task should be done by the sound designer in the Wwise project. First, add GME Session plugin as the last effect on the system audio device. Set authentication key and other GME parameters from the plugin setting user interface. Then create a new sound called GME Send sound with GME Source plugin. Add GME Send plugin as the last effect of this sound. GME Send source is responsible for sending the local voice. Then create another new sound called GME Receive sound with GME Receive plugin. GME Receive sound is responsible for receiving the voice. After creating the 2 new sounds, then create corresponding play and stop events for GME Send sound and GME Receive sound. At last, add GME sounds and events to the sound bank for them to be loaded and played by the game. The other part of task should be done by the audio programmer in the game code. First, integrate the Wwise sound engine into the game. Then, register game objects that emit GME sounds. Then call Post Events interface to trigger GME play events for starting voice communication. Then call Post Events interface to trigger GME stop events for stopping voice communication. You can also call GME APIs to realize specific functionalities, such as grouping, blocking list, proximity voice chat, voice message, and ASR. This is a screenshot of a sample-wise project with GME added. There are 2 new sounds related with GME. GME Receive is responsible for receiving the sounds. GME Send is responsible for sending the local sound. This is the settings of GME Session plugin. where you can set some GME related information. This screenshot is the Wwise profiler view. In this screenshot, you can see where the 4 plugins stays in the audio processing pipeline. Now I will play a video to show the immersive experience of using Wwise-GME. In this video, you can see 2 robots. The red robot is the listener. There is another blue robot who is talking to you. When the video is playing, there will be subtitles to describe what processing is being applied on the voice.
Hello. 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 Ah. Hello. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Thanks for your watching. So if you are interested in the Wwise-GME solution, you can go to the GME portal page in AudioKinetic website. You can also reach out to us by the email address. Thanks again.